Greetings. Today we are going to talk about the geography of early China. China is about 4 million square miles, so it's approximately the same size as the United States. And like the United States, it has some interesting borders around it. It's kind of wedged into the southeastern part of Asia. Now, to their north is the Gobi Desert, which provides a large expanse of desert. To the east is the Pacific Ocean. And to the southwest is the Himalayan mountains. So we can say that China has a lot of natural borders, which is one of the reasons why China has been very rarely invaded in its nation's history. Now, perhaps the most defining characteristic of China's geography are their rivers. There are many of them. The three most famous are the Hanghe, also known as the Yellow River, the Yangtze River, and the Changjiang River. And much like the people of Egypt or Mesopotamia, the rivers were used extensively for trade and travel, and it linked different cultures together. We can be pretty sure that the first civilizations also settled along the rivers of China as well. Due to the rainfall in southern China, the people of southern China, the farmers there, would grow much more crops than in northern China, where there's significantly less rainfall. Two of the main resources that people seem to have grown and traded in China's early history were both rice and jade. Early pieces of pottery have also been found in China dating some 3,000 years BC. Now, it's important to understand that China's history is a history that's divided by dynasties. The very first dynasty is known as the Shah dynasty. The Shah dynasty, we don't have any archaeological evidence that it ever existed. However, the evidence that we do have are certain stories where people talked about great leaders, such as Yu the Great, Yu as in YU. And he was famous for building a gigantic canal that helped people have protection against the floods. The next dynasty, which we do have evidence for, and so this would be considered the first dynasty of China where there is archaeological evidence, is the Shang dynasty. The Shang dynasty, what we know of is that religion and spirituality seems to have been very important to the people of the Shang. They would have oracles that would predict the future and give advice to the warriors and the people there. And we know this because of the writing. There was an early writing system that they used to write on turtle shells. The oracles, what they would do is they would get certain types of bones and they would put them in the fire, and depending on which way the bone broke, the oracles would use that as advice to give the village people about what they should or shouldn't do. We have also found some archaeological evidence to suggest that the people of the Shang also were able to make certain types of axes and knives and ornaments and other pieces of pottery, as well as bronze armor. So we know that the people of the Shang were definitely had some early sophistication. What you might find amazing is that even though China is a very large country, one of the largest in the world, if you look at with the size of the Shang dynasty in its early history, it was actually quite small. As time goes on, China is going to become larger and larger and more powerful, and that's something we'll talk about in upcoming sections. Thanks for listening.